Sometimes you just want to break the walls and to break the tools, to quit and to say, I'm done with all this game. Mercury is about to cross Saturn in the next days, and Venus and Mars that are together are going to pass on the grave when Saturn and Pluto met in 2020, what changed our life forever. Today is February 18, 2022, and I would like to share with you my thought and to connect with most of you running the videos in different channels and from time to time connecting it with YouTube as a general speech. Check the link below also to join the Telegram channel where I'm sharing other sort of information during the week, and the exclusive contents are conserved for members. So this is emotional time. Not that just Jupiter and Neptune are in Pisces now. The Sun just moved a few hours ago to Pisces too. So happy birthday, all of you Piscean people that are full of heart and full of empathy. Sometimes, as the character of Pisces, falling into miserability, into victimizing position, need the power of someone, and are very creative Pisces people. But we're not going to speak about people. We're speaking about the collective energies being in Pisces that is like two fishes going in opposite way, speaking about 2022 that is so much watery as well, and the duality of the two and Saturn and Mars and Venus are about to meet around the important date of 22 of February 2022. So the duality is so confusing. Mercury in Aquarius is about to solve complicated situation, and now we must to take an action. All planets moving direct, and Mercury, no one could stop Mercury from passing Saturn. Last time Mercury passed Saturn when it was very near to Jupiter, happened in the beginning of 2021, and this was the initiation of the vaccine project. The other time that Mercury passed Saturn was between January and February, the end of January 2020, and this was a call, take action, the world is going to change. And this was already the eruption that we saw in TV in Wuhan. So now Jupiter and Neptune are in Pisces, and they are going to meet, no one could stop this, in 2 months, in April. Pisces is not fun place if you are not in alcohol consumption or drugs. It's so easy to be in Pisces under antidepressant or under any drug usage, because this is the way that you can handle this. I know some people back in years ago going to parties and people saying, I could not handle those parties and energies without taking something. So now a lot of people took already something in a hope, expectation to be part of something. Pisces is ruling our dreams, our illusion, the perception we see reality. It's really like this is all the photography. Neptune is how you are playing with a Photoshop to show someone is like this, but in the other, and now green screen, augmented reality. but it also giving us a portal to go into what we want, to accomplish our dreams. Ask yourself what you were wishing for yourself in the last years. What? I wish that one day I will have the money to go to visit this place. Maybe I will open this sort of business. If I will have this, I will do this. Those are also trigger for your dream to be in a service, not to retire, not to escape, not to find the way out there in the jungles where you are alone with the monkeys. How you are accomplishing your dream to realize your potency, being a fulfilled person that is full of heart and enthusiasm in a way. We are under activation of full moon in Leo. Our heart, our power. We could not ignore the last time that Jupiter and Neptune met in Pisces. Happened in 1856. Of course, that in this time it was legal to have slaves. And the slaves trafficking to South America, to other places, was immense. But we also remember, we could read about it, that a lot of immigration, positive immigration, started in boats, in ships, going to South America. People realizing that this is option because it's happened already 30 years after that in South America declared independencies. Simon Bolivar, the liberator, taking sovereignty from the empire of the Portuguese and the Spanish. Happened years after the Americans did it against the British. Jupiter last time alone in Pisces was in 2010, and it was near to Uranus. So of course we started revolution of all the technology that connected us with all the digital businesses. The WooCommerce started in 2010. People started to have smartphones. So far until 2009, people were still texting SMS. The communication accelerated. We started feeling near to each other in a much faster way. And of course that from 2010, it was increasement of antidepressant usage. People got depressed. People were confused. I have 1,000 friends in Facebook. Do I really have friends? I have that followers. Do I really feel followed? All those. And we are going into this culmination of Jupiter, Neptune in Pisces. And Jupiter and Neptune are going to meet this time in another degree, not like in 1856. By the way, 1856, it was the Great Panic in the United States. Before the Federal Reserve became an entity, Pisces is about deception. Lies in your face, and how you are lying to yourself with excuses just not to do what you want to do. This is unconditional love. I just need to go there. I need to follow this. Jupiter and Neptune will meet in 23 degrees. We're almost very near to the 22, but 23 degrees is an important degree because this is the difference between the tropical and the Vedic astrology. And the 23 degrees is exactly the 0 degrees of Pisces in Vedic astrology. So it's a degree of change. And it's opposing the Neptune of the United States. And it's conjuncting Uranus of Iran. And I think Saturn of France. Very interesting that around the 1856 timing, the financial center moved from France to the United Kingdom. So the United Kingdom is ruling the finances we know until now, including the Brexit that happened in 2019, that is part of the crown crisis, corona crisis. This is not a strategy to protect people. This is to protect us from the falling empire that no one could stop. You are judging crypto, non-safe, ruled by government, conspiracy of all those that don't understand technology to stay in the current system. Speak now when you see in Australia and in Canada blocking accounts of people that are consuming their money or sending money for not government support or to what government thinks to be well. You're all in a system that is based on slavery. The money, the hours that you are investing in your work, that government is using your power for them having fun up there and taking big part of it and to spend it on things that you are not even agree with. They are now afraid from the crypto space because this is related to internet and people coming together. So who? Social distancing? We are closer than ever. When consciousness are connected and we are using the tools that they are controlling us, it's not helpful. I spoke about it many times. To burn the streets or the truckers indeed is encouraging, seeing how people together are stronger. But this is for those that need to see physical things. It's not going to help. In the physical world, we are weaker. But in consciousness, human consciousness, creativity, connectivity between people, that you could find amazing talents around the world to be with you, to create a project. And this is very much introduced magically among the crypto community. And because the crypto community already understand the decentralization need, that we are creating a democracy, that we are agreeing for a value that we are going to do business between us. So I forgot the line of thought. Mercury in Aquarius, so many things. And now Sun in Pisces. Ooh. You don't need alcohol. You are already flying. So be creative. So using the tool of the control, it's about finances. When you don't need to be part of this, or you are liberating you from it gradually in a smart way, finding the right people, we have a great power. And I said that the freedom will come through taking control of the internet and the use of the internet and the information distribution. In blockchain, this is no one that will censor you or able to delete it. Is backed in thousands and millions of database of each one that is running a node. the more we are using their system, and those that think about opening a business and accepting a regular money and to grow with it are just contributing for this machine to get blood. We need to stop it and to develop a new sort of agreement. So maybe don't call it money, call it Web3, the Internet of Value. We are agreeing how we are interchanging energy like it's a video game. Think to yourself. Maybe just we send points. But you need, if you want to be safe, if you suspect, no, Bitcoin is just a code. It's not a code. It's beyond it. It's the most genius technology that brought to humanity now. And it's not just Bitcoin. There are many other projects to be part of all this mechanism. We need to think about self-sovereignty. It's not going to be easy. We are not going to normality of 2019. Even that some countries already removed the restriction, like England, Scandinavia. Israel is about to remove the restrictions for entry from March 1st, and I believe that more countries will start liberating. I said already months ago that according to astrology, the pandemic should finish the way we knew it so far by April. And now this is about dominating the freedom and the internet between us to not being dependent in their hands. And the more you will be rebellious and unique and not following the rest trends, the most support from the karma, from the energy will come to you. Because we are shifting age now to the era of Aquarius called. And this is another paradigm. And even leave the era of Aquarius thing, because we are still in the passage between two eras, and at least for all of us that are living now. But Jupiter and Saturn met in Aquarius for the first time in hundreds of years in December 2020. So the next 20 years is related to who will build more networks, to who will have more access to technology, and governments are playing with this too. Who knows what test it was, the corona crisis, not just to inject in people, but what they installed. You know how many antennas they installed during this time when everybody were in their jail? Slaves of system, getting stimulus checks, and then more Pisces. Oh, Netflix, I'm in home, what beautiful life, I'm doing my dream, playing Pac-Man. This is now not a children game. This is for, maybe this is more for the young generation. Big alert, specifically to those of you that born around 92, 93, because not only that you had Saturn in Aquarius, most of you born with Uranus, Neptune in Capricorn. Those of you that are around their 30s, you are the generation to fight and to build the new platforms. And I think that they are ready from this generation playing strong in the field. Creating the communities. Creating new solutions that won't be part of the metaverse or those big platforms that we knew so far. is also about remembering our human capacity in a spiritual level by creating energy from natural things. You think science knows it all? In 1857, we were in the midst of the Industrial Revolution. Slavery, children, workforce. Children were taken from their parents, orphanages. And I was screaming, protect your children, and it's still relevant. From their teeth. They are not protecting them. They are conditioning your naivety. So you will afraid you will lose your job. You may lose something more dear than job if you will not wake up. You know what comes next? In the next 3 years, this crisis is about to end. It was a very successful test. Proof how people are so sheeple, are so easy to control. And also Hitler said it. How easy to control people with fear. And for the money, they are dependent. This is how you are training dogs. Last month, I finished an intense course of dog training. I was amazed by understanding the psychology of dogs and what people project their dogs. He loves me so much. The love to my dog. Dogs not love you. They are full of emotions. They are full of fear. Fear from being abandoned, anxiety of separation, and fear of being hungry. That's what makes this dog loving you so much. It's full emotions. Dogs are servant. It's like a vehicle that you connect and love your vehicle. It's not love. Dogs are sixth house, Virgo, related to, the animals and the plants came to serve the people and not people serving. Yeah, it's also mutual, but we are serving for them, serving to us. We are working the earth for the earth giving us food. This is no love, real love, than human love. Only human can really love human. Dog is like a servant, or like you love so much your boss because your fear for being without salary. You love your government. You will obey. So this is how you are training a dog, understanding his psychology, and with good boy, good dog, and some food, he will do exactly what you want. Some of you are dog consciousness. Human beings are beyond. How we could be a dominant master of our inner dog, that you could leave the job and saying, I'm going to find a new source of getting the food. You are not the only source. Dog will never abandon his master, slave. This is the wake-up call for the slaves, for the humiliated. And it's not going to end. There are so many things to speak and to share, but I will keep for another video. Saturn and Neptune will meet in 2026. In Aries. What this is going to bring to the world. And Uranus will change to Gemini. And I shared already another video, a conspiracy story that was written about the spars, supported also by the site of Deagle that predicted in 2025 a half population in many countries. and removed it already. If we haven't woke up, this was a test. This was like, wake up, wake up. Wow, the real deal is above. The real deal is coming. Now it will be a rest. Okay, the training finished, how you train the dogs. Now back to the routine, sort of, with a lot of data that we provided them, so much DNA, samples, QRs, and we now need to transcend quickly, not to wait for their DNA modification, but to change our DNA by changing our thought, by changing our energy frequency. Imagine how your DNA, I don't know if I'm using the right terms, but if you are always in a sad mood, this is like the voice inside, and you decide, you're doing some work with yourself and you decide, I'm going to vibrate in another way. I understand that if I will not stand on my legs stable and will look in life and will think what I want, I will fall. So you take your self-responsibility up and your vibration is changing and it's modifying even your posture, your behavior, and it's actually changing your DNA. It's already changing their codes or their data. You're changing your name. I think that soon a lot of us will need to start using on all social media another name. We will need to use different ways to confuse the data they have already and to find a new consensus way to trust between us directly. I'm very worried from 2025 to 2027, honestly. But this game of this year, 2022, is still on for visibly to their favor. Those that are in the live chart service could enjoy magnificently from beautiful performance, how market just did exactly follow the momentum and dynamic that I drew months ahead for main indices, including S&P, gold and oil, and Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP, and all the scarcity. Venus was retrograde in Capricorn. If you would know and would consider astrology correctly, you would see that nothing to lose sleep on related to investment. And unfortunately, the S&P will continue higher. It was a correction that I drew to those levels. And also Bitcoin this year is about to take all-time high. And my models are showing that before the year ends, we are going to be at least 100K. And it won't happen in one straight line. And we are still, before the first half of this year, expecting for another 50% down, but not down than here. The 32K was a bit higher low than what we got in from the low of June, July 2021. We're going higher. It will be 50% from the heights that it will get very soon. It's all soon, not tomorrow, yeah. But I'm showing in the charts. You could see all those services in the links below. The North Node is in Taurus. Is about building new bridges after all the little breaks and cuts of the system that broke and our reality that broke in the last 2 years, specifically North Node was in Gemini. We needed to find small communities, small places, and to start connecting dots and also of the information. Now it's about sort of healing, that we are creating connection, building connection for setting up a new security standard. And of course, the South Node is in Scorpio, so it's going to be risk for the next year and a half for insurance company, for banking, and for all those that will decide taking risk in a speculative way and that will fall into digging inside things that are already done. We need to build now a new surface. And the new surface is related to the monetary system and projects and relationships. Those of you that are just jumping between places and people just for having sex, Scorpio, are going to lose a lot of time and energy. We are here to create new contracts of love. And it's not must to be romantic, but is Venus ruled, is finding new stability, the people that are protecting you. Now that everything is break and it's much easier to detect who is belong to this, are you vaxxed, non-vaxxed, blah, 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 blah. It will be easier to find each other and to bring new sort of table, like we are dining together. So interesting, that's what I wanted to say in the middle. That the crypto community, those that understand how to win the system, not just for speculate it in order to go back to government fiat. Most of the crypto mind people that are very like-minded are anti-vax, because even they are rejecting the system of the major system, the financial system. So to believe to the Piscean propaganda of the pharmaceutical industry, you don't need even to connect the dots if you understand astrology. Just seeing what planets are repeating in the last 2 years, you know that is not a vax. You know that is a trial. You know that is bad, 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 bad. Even just by understanding what we are repeating now. Saturn last time was in Aquarius in 91, 92, and it was Russia, the Soviet Union broke. What will break now? And this is why Ukraine and Russia are coming to the titles. Not by mistake. Uranus last time was in Taurus in 39, in those degrees that we are now, Second World War. Chiron was in this place in 72, 50 years ago. In 73, it was the Yom Kippur War in Israel and other wars. So you just see the malicious and understanding the paradigm. This is very general analysis to understand the reality we are living. I'll leave you with this. Happy Piscean month to all of us. All planets moving direct. Mercury is going to pass Saturn. We all needing to execute our plan. They are trying to, but everybody need to end the chapter and to complete a new fantastic one into this April. And everybody are playing these games who will not voluntarily move forward will need to face events that finally will make him to do this move. So, but it's not nice to be forced. And governments will use this Piscean energy as well to deceive and to hide. But Jupiter is about to remind us through. Jupiter meeting Neptune, we may also remember something from our unconscious that I think that it was so many resets in human history. The children needed to re-educate by new system, to forget their parents' tradition. Native Americans forgot the way how their grandfather used to heal or used to product. They are just remembering how to do some traditional food. But the knowledge. So we all have talents and we are divine beings. And if we just believe in ourselves, that we can succeed and to take a chance in whatever we feel interesting, in whatever we feel curiosity, in whatever we feel that can build something great, magic will help and will come through unbelievable events and people that you will say, thanks God I did it. Even that is right now mushy, like, I don't know. We must to move forward, taking chance. Until the next, I'm Osher. Bye.